A very good evening, traders. Thank you for bearing up with my flute introduction. Let's now focus on today's video. This is Aryan presenting you post-market report for 23rd of September. Before I dive into the screen, let me share a good news with you. These days, the way my analysis are going correct, I'm feeling like I am the market god. Remember few days back, approximately 2 weeks back, I had did a small analysis on Adani Enterprises and Adani Ports. That was in the same video, which you can watch in the description or from the I button displayed above. In that video, I was mentioning that these two were in a downtrend, and this downtrend was recently over, which was indicated by formation of higher lows and higher highs. And at that time, when I did that analysis, price was at support zone, that is at higher low. And luckily, after that, both saw a great rally. That was due to news-based rally, and also these two stocks are highly volatile. Anyways, so that was the happiness I had to share. Now let's dive into this. On the screen, as usual, we have opened Nifty 50 chart on 1 hour time frame. On this 1 hour time frame, few days back, Nifty was trading in a parallel channel, upward sloping parallel channel, which on this bad news, this was broken down and we could see a minor pullback, which was also in a form of parallel channel, but sloping downwards. So now this is the new downward sloping parallel channel, which is also the pullback of this up move. This up move is being followed by this pullback. The interesting thing about this pullback is that daily new low was being formed. First day low, second day that low was breached and new low was formed. Yesterday, even previous day's low was breached and a new low was created. Also, yesterday it was so bearish that it closed at the lowest point of the day. Today, it opened with a negative scenario that is evident in this red candle. So I have moved this horizontal line to place on the candle opening, today's candle opening. Initially, there were two big red candles in the first hour and second hour. This second red candle was the last red candle formed today, and after that we can see a dramatic V-shape recovery. See this V-shape recovery, which brought prices to the opening level where it had opened. Price came once again to that level. The rally continued. However, it found selling pressure at higher levels. That is evident in this upper tail. These two candles, which have very big upper wicks, very big upper tail. This one is the green. This one is, to be precisely, a shooting star pattern. Shooting star pattern is formed where on the pullback. So that is a bearish scenario. However, after that there was a slight red candle and then a slight green candle. To sum up, today Nifty closed at its opening level. If we look at this daily chart, we will see that it has formed somewhat a doji type. You can see it has both upper and lower tails, and in between it is very slight body. That is a doji pattern. What does doji pattern indicate? It indicates indecisiveness. Indecisiveness. That means people are not sure whether to go long or to go short, or in other words, as much as there are buyers, as much as there are sellers, they are in equal quantity, cutting the effect of each other, and so markets are not going anywhere and stuck at a place. This may be due to the reason that almost all bad news are factored out, and there is no chance of further bad news coming up, and so even sellers are not willing to sell fresh. Let's move to 15 minutes time frame and see how the chart pattern looks like. Okay, on 15-minute time frame, initially there was a small dip which took prices to new low. Then there was a dramatic V-shape recovery. At the highest level of this V-shape recovery, we saw selling pressure. This selling pressure moved prices slightly down. However, the V-shape recovery is still in effect because we have not wiped out all the gains that this V-shape recovery had carried out. We are almost half point, almost half the journey of this V-shape recovery. So that is slight bullishness in prices. That was all about analysis of Nifty 50. Now let's move to sectoral indices analysis. We have 15 minutes chart opened up. the Nifty we had already seen first a dip, then V-shaped recovery, and this V-shaped recovery I guess was led by banks. Yeah, this was led by banks. But if you see, all major banks were up. Let me show you. Okay, the banks that were up, I have seen SBI moving up. SBI, so 1 point, almost quarter 2% up. Then Axis Bank was also up. Well, Axis Bank, yeah, Axis Bank is 2.3% up. Then what banks are? What else? ICICI Bank it was down. Okay, Indian Bank it is almost 3% up. Then we have Kotak Bank. Kotak Bank is also 1.2% up. What about HDFC? HDFC, okay, HDFC Bank is quarter percent down. Okay. So now we see the reason of rally in bank index. So this V-shaped recovery was led by bank, and as evident in the price action of Bank Nifty, initially it was flat. Then in the early afternoon, the rally started. This rally took prices to yesterday's high. See here, where it found slight supply. I guess people who had longed here, who had bought here, they must be selling their stakes here for intraday profits. Coming to auto index saw a gap up. However, that gap up was not sustained. Only the initial candle is green, and after that, and in the whole session, that green candle was wiped out and closed slightly below that. FMCG is the dragger. It was falling and falling for the whole day and also closed at the lowest point of the day. IT index, as we had already talked about yesterday, that maybe IT sector has seen the bottom and it will try to bottom out, and that is evident in today's price action, though it breached slightly, but this was due to the momentum. If price falls below with a great momentum, it will usually take some time to stop that falling, and that is what today's price action looks like. Same is the case with pharma index. Only it is almost flat. Initially it was coming down, however in the later part of the day it also saw a slight rally, and that rally was also sold out towards the ending. So overall, bank index led the rally. I don't know what is the news about banks, but there must be some news. uh, Now let's talk about some equities which I have been looking on a regular basis. Axis Bank, I had seen this 2 weeks ago. I had seen this on the levels of 1050. So coming to Axis Bank, few days, yeah, exactly 2 weeks ago, I had seen at 1050. Remember, and from this level, it has rose to 1170. A great rally. Same is the case with SBI also. SBI I had seen at levels of 800, and currently it is at 870. The same period in which Axis Bank rose. The same is the scenario with SBI also. Then we had mentioned Adani Enterprise. See, that time I had did. Let me move to 1 hour time frame. That time I guess I had did analysis somewhere here on 11th of September, and since then it has been going up. Today it is at 2666. Same is the case with Adani Ports also. Uh, any more stocks to watch? Yeah, NTPC, I had recently exited my trades. Let's see what is okay. So it has hit new high today. I had sold my positions here at 337 around, and after that we can see a slight rally. Also, this has breached this parallel channel that I had drawn. Will it be bullish or is it just a slight? I guess this channel is being broken down. Anyways, let's see how prices go in near future. Okay, we had also talked about Reliance. Let me see what is the case with Reliance. Okay, Reliance, if you guys remember, I had did a video about this ascending triangular pattern, which I will paste the link in the description box or also at the I button above right now. I had mentioned that it will reach up to, it may find resistance at 1420 levels, and that is where it has found resistance. And while it went down, this level which was previously acting as resistance, I can see today price has bounced back from here. So this was a resistance previously. Now when it is breached, it is now acting as a support. That is quite normal. We say in price action that once a resistance or support is breached down, it acts opposite. That is, if a resistance is broken, it will act in future, it will act as support and vice versa. So let's quickly wrap up this video. That was all for today's analysis. Hope you guys enjoyed my analysis. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel to get notifications about the latest videos. Bye bye traders. See you in the next video. Adios amigo. Powering off.